Hey guys, so for this week's assignment, I picked the reading The Continental Op, The Golden Horseshoe by Hammett, and it was fairly short, but it was definitely complex in certain parts. I mean, that's just my opinion, but I felt like it did a good job explaining things, and I felt like the op was the toughest detective that San Francisco has ever seen. And you see this when a rich English woman hires him to find her husband who was taken, or, you know, and the op thinks that is an easy job for him. But what he doesn't realize is that the husband was an addict, and finding him will take the hard boiled detective past the border and into a hellhole called the Golden Horseshoe. And I feel like one of the parts that really describes this is on page 87, and it quotes, "I bounded out of my retreat. He was stretched on the floor with a hole in the side of his head. A bad break for me, and no mistake. I could hear excited voices in the corridor. I stepped over the dead chap, found the letter he had been writing on the writing desk. It was addressed to Mrs. Norman Ashcraft at a Wine Street number in Bristol, England. I tore it open. He had written that he was going to kill himself, and it was signed Norman. I felt better. A murder couldn't be made out of it." That little paragraph made me feel so much. And I feel like this part of the passage really defines the legendary Black Mass style. And by just the words, it helped me picture things in my head that often doesn't happen, because for me to be able to picture things in my head takes a lot. Like, I'll have to watch a movie or something to be able to understand it, because when it's just reading, I won't be able to understand it. But this actually did. And it also made me realize that actions definitely mean more than words. So while I was analyzing this part of the passage, I realized that the Englishman was hiding in the closet where Ashcraft was, and he witnessed the suicide that he did not expect to happen, since he planned on murdering him. So he was armed in the closet, waiting for Ashcraft to either open the closet or move from where he was. But Ashcraft ended up killing himself, and the Englishman did not know he had already planned it, but found out since he saw that he had written a letter made out to Mrs. Norman. And it turned out being good for the Englishman, because now it wouldn't be considered a murder, but a suicide. The Englishman got lucky in this situation, basically, and did not have to worry. And I learned that the Englishman was someone who was sneaky, cautious to what he was doing. Like, it was basically all planned out for him after what happened. He was someone who was happy to witness a suicide and not having to be a murderer to cover his tracks. And yeah, thank you.